What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jen, back again for another Eminence in Shadow Master of Garden video. And for today, I'm gonna be presenting to you my tier list. Finally, I was able to finalize making my tier list for this game. And I'm gonna be separating them in 4 different videos for 4 different elements. So I'm gonna be presenting them per element. So let us start with the water element first, the blue team. So as you can see here, it is rated, they are rated per story, per Bushin, which is the PvP arena, and then the Guild War. So first on the list is, first of all, tier lists are pretty much subjective. It varies from person to person. You may agree or disagree with me, and it's fine. So take it with a big grain of salt. So first of all, we have Shadow, Atomic Shadow. Yes, this list is arranged as per they were released in the game. So as you can see, the number 1 here is Shadow. He is the latest character to be added into the blue team, and he is pretty much the most broken character in the game. He is the definition of a broken character. Best DPS in the game by a mile, with a support utility. What makes him also broken is his exclusive weapon is pretty much very OP. It has some form of cleanse. If you don't know what I mean, let us take a look at Shadow. I've already tried to fully max out my Shadow because he's just worth your every resources that you can get. I don't have his weapon here. His weapon is somewhere here. As you can see, this one, every 10 seconds after start of the wave, cancels 3 status ailment and 3 debuff effects. Pretty bonkers, right? A cleanse on an exclusive weapon is pretty much OP in my honest opinion. That is how good Shadow is. That is how powerful he is. So, if you miss out on summoning for him, then RIP. He's just broken. He's just too good. And I'm just really glad that I got him during my summons on his own banner. Moving on, we have here third Gamma. This is the Shadow Pest Gamma. One of the Shadow Pest characters are pretty much bonkers, all of them. There are no bad Shadow Pest characters. All of them are worth summoning for. And Gamma is one of them. And she has SP recovery, AoE attack buff, then plus some HP regen. She is an offensive and a defensive. She has also a offensive and defensive debuffs. Fully stacked kit for a character like her. She is what do you call this? There's a lot of roll compression on third Shadow Pest Gamma. That is why SS in all category for story, Bushin, and also in Guild War. Next, we have here School Uniform Alpha. She's just some offensive DPS that has some offensive buff. That's all I can say about her. Usually, semi-limited characters like the schoolgirl uniform characters. They're just okay. They're just okay characters, but nothing to brag about. We have here next is the School Uniform Zeta. She came along with the School Uniform Alpha during one of the events. School Uniform Zeta is a tank with an AoE shield, which is already pretty good. Then she has some good crowd control utility with the stun. Stun is really good, especially if there are a lot of enemies or a lot of enemies that will swarm you. She can take care of those ones, and by stunning them, she will let your other teammates do the damaging or do the killing. That is why she's pretty good. S tier at best, because usually the SS tier category is for those Shadow Pest characters that are really darn good. And she cannot compete with those type of characters. That is why S tier is the highest tier that I can give her. Moving on, we have Beatrix. As you can see, she is SS chair in Bushin Festival. Because she is very strong in Bushin, she can one-shot one of the characters, probably one or two characters in the team of enemy team, and she has this good crowd control knockback. Why is this good in PvP? Because once you knock back the enemy, they will try to run against you. They will run. They will be moved far away from you, right? So they will try to run. They will not use their skill. They will not attack, and it will give you some time to kill them before they get to you. That is how good knockback utility is in PvP, in Arena. So if some of you might not know that one, now you know. We have here the very first semi-limited character, Christmas Alexia. Before she was broken when she was released because there are still very few characters there, but nowadays she get already a power creep. She is a defense breaker, strong single target DPS, and her damage buff is somewhat niche because it will stay alive as long as all of your teammates are alive. But if someone dies, the damage buff will be gone, which is a shame. That is why she is somewhat a very niche character also. But if you don't have any good character to use, then she might fill in your team. Next we have Christmas Cherry. She's probably the best dedicated healer for the blue team right now because there are not a lot of healers in the blue team. She can also attack and debuff, but sadly in Bushin, I don't think healer is really necessary in Bushin now because it's really easy to kill the enemy. So you need a lot of AoE attacker or single target strong DPS like Beatrix. So yeah, in story mode, she is okay. She's pretty nice, pretty decent. Next, we have the OG characters that are available when the game was launched. We have here Epsilon, the OG one. AoE attack buff and self SP regen. SP regen for herself is good because if she refills her SP gauge, she will then activate her special skills, which is really nice. But she is already power crept by a lot of different characters. They are way better characters. Just like the next character we have here, the OG Delta. Single target DPS with a selfish attack buff and was no utility. That is why I've only rated her as an 8-tier character. Before, she's pretty strong, but nowadays, already power crept. Moving on, we have this is not an OG, but I believe she is one of the first banner to launch in the game. We have here the young Shadow Garden Alpha. One of the best tanks right now in the blue team because there are no other options besides the school uniform Zeta. Both of them are really good tanks, but their kit cannot still be on par with the Shadow Festival characters. She has self-def buff and then some self-healing and then some AoE damage buff for the backlines for your teammates on her back. Moving on, we have here Shadow Seed. Young Shadow Seed. This one is an OG character also available from the start of the game. An S-rank character. Pretty much nothing to boast about. A DPS unit but outclassed by other SS units. Same with Ita. Another DPS unit outclassed by SS units. You can still raise them if you don't have any more other characters to raise, but they are not a priority to raise because raising characters in this game takes a lot of resources also, and also you will farm a lot. That is why S tier character like this one are not a priority and should not be bothered unless you don't have any more characters to raise or you just don't have any more other options. Then do so. Use. Next we have here the young Beta, a budget healer. That is why her ratings is at 8 because there are no other options also. And she is much better than the other budget healer here, the very young Seed. Beatrix. We have here Claire. No. This is not Claire. I forgot her name. What is her name? Iris. Iris. So, Princess Iris and then Nu. Since their rarity is very low and their kit is somewhat pretty mid, I gave them the lowest tier in this tier list, which is the B rankings. And there you go, guys. That is my tier list for the blue team. Take note that these are just based on my opinions and by playing with them, by play testing with them. Some of them I don't have, but I look up their kit in the JP tier list and try to evaluate their reasoning for giving them those kind of rankings. So just take it with a big grain of salt. And I think that's it for me for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it if you can help me grow my channel more. And thank you to everyone who are supporting my channel. I appreciate every one of you. Until next time, peace.